The world will note that the first atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima, a military base. We won the race of discovery against the Germans.
I don't believe a word of the whole thing. They must have spent the whole of their 500 million pounds on separating isotopes, and then maybe it's possible.
I didn't think it would be done for another 20 years.
If they have really got it, they have been very clever in keeping it secret.
I'm glad we didn't have it. It's dreadful of the Americans to have done it. I think it's a madness on their part.
One can't say that. One could equally well say that's the quickest way of ending the war.
That's what consoles me. I believe it was Weizsäcker said that there was now this uranium. I found that in my institute too, this absorbing body which made the thing impossible. That consoles me, because when I heard that they could make a bomb out of it, I was shattered.
I would say at the rate we were going, we would not have succeeded during this war. We only had one man working on it, and they may have had 10,000.
Of course, we were unable to work on that scale.
And the first time large funds were available in Germany was after that meeting with Rust, when we convinced him that we had definite proof that it could be done.
And they kept arguing about what to do because no one was prepared to spend 10 million if it could be done for 3 million.
On the other hand, the whole heavy water business, which I did everything I could to further, could not produce an explosive.
It seems that they made the explosive before making the engine. And now they say in the future we will make engines.
I believe that the reason we didn't do it was because all of the physicists did not want to do it on principle. If we had all wanted Germany to win the war, we would have succeeded.
I don't believe that. But I am glad we did not succeed. It is possible that the war will be over tomorrow.
The following day we could go home.
We will never go home.
Well, if we had worked on an even larger scale, we would have been killed by the Secret Service. Let us be glad that we are still alive and celebrate this evening in that spirit.
If we had succeeded, Professor Gerlach would have been part of the general staff and would be sitting in Nuremberg as a war criminal. If one hasn't got the courage, it is better to give up straight away.
The Americans could do it better than we could, that's clear. The whole structure of this relationship between the scientists and the state in Germany was that we were so little trusted by the state that even if we had wanted to do it, it would not have been easy to get it through.
Even if we had got everything that we wanted, it is by no means certain whether we would have got as far as the Americans and the English have now. It is not a question that we were nearly as far as they were, but the fact that we were all convinced that the thing could not be completed during the war.
Well, that's not quite right. I would say that I was absolutely convinced of the possibility of our making a uranium engine, but I never thought that we would make a bomb. And at the bottom of my heart, I was really glad that it was an engine and not a bomb. I must admit that.
One can say it might have been a much greater tragedy for the world if Germany had had the uranium bomb. Just imagine if we had destroyed London with the uranium bombs. It would not have ended the war. And when the war did end, it is doubtful whether it could have been a good thing.
I think it is characteristic that the Germans made this discovery and didn't use it, whereas the Americans have used it. I must say, I didn't think the Americans would dare to use it.
History will record that the Americans and the English made a bomb, and that at the same time the Germans under the Nazi regime produced a workable engine. In other words, the peaceful development of the uranium engine was made in Germany under the Nazi regime, whereas the Americans and the English developed this ghastly weapon of war.